trouble unless it's with them tigers. We can take the 2 machine gunners on top of the roof from here. If you could just keep them guys busy for a while. Or maybe we can go down and get a closer look.
I'll stay there. Keep an eye out, see if you can find out where those troops are housed.
Right.
Stay here. I signal you. Let's go.
All right, move on. Now, hold it. Fire.
That's paint.
Hold up.
So here we have it. This is the first assault on Clermont, or the fictional town called Clermont. We've got Private Kelly, an oddball. They've just driven the Sherman tank over the wall here and parked on this corner. Kelly is about to walk up the street and check out where the German Tiger tanks are. But before I get too much into the town, I'd rather start over there on the hilltop where we can get all the guys together where they're actually looking at the town first.
Have any trouble unless it's with them Tigers. We can take the 2 machine gunners on top of the roof from here if you can just keep them guys busy for a while, or maybe we can go down and get a closer look.
Stay there. Keep an eye out, see if you can find out where those troops are housed.
Right.
Well, thanks for joining me on this tour of Clermont, the fictional town in Kelly's Heroes. I'm on a very windy hilltop here, and this is where the story starts, where Kelly's team are gathered together. We've got 2 guys in the bell tower.
Die Motoren anlassen!
And we're discussing a plan to actually go down to the village and capture the bank. So this is roughly where Kelly was. Now, we're talking 55 years ago, so this location with the pine trees and everything could have slightly changed, or it will have slightly changed. But as you can see in the distance there, we've got the church. So this is where the plan is made to drive down into town whilst the bells are ringing to capture the bank. I'm starting on the south side of town, and the reason for that is because this is where Kelly and Oddball entered the town with the Sherman. Now, just looking at the grass behind us there, the edge, over that edge is quite a steep embankment. So I don't believe the Sherman actually came up there. I think the Sherman were parked here and then they just drove over the wall just for the movie. As I said, the Sherman parked in the corner and then Kelly actually walked up the street there. So we're going to take a walk now up into the town and look at things in a little bit more detail. What a noisy little dog.
That's my other dog imitation.
So this street is very narrow, and to get a Sherman up here would have been quite a task, I'm quite sure.
Hold it! Hold it! Hey!
Now, don't forget, a lot of the buildings at the time of filming, 1969, were in a very poor state. So they tarted the buildings up for the film, but then destroyed them while they were doing the film. This building to my left is the new school building. So this was actually all houses here, all old buildings. And these actually got demolished after it was filmed for the new school to be built. So, you know, this side of the street is completely different to what the film was. So this is the bar. The parapet wall actually got blown off. So that's no longer there, and that could have been a little bit of a stage prop anyway. But one thing I will say is, we'll just look at this. You can see the architrave just here, going around the arch. You can see that is actually just nailed on. So I'm guessing that may have been just done like that for the movie. Okay, stood in front of the clock tower and the church and outside of the bar. So Kelly brought Oddball into where the school is now at this side.
Hold it, hold it.
because the three tigers were actually around this grass area, not around the square, but around this grass area here. And the other troops, Kelly's men, came in from the north. Now, where the three cars are at the back there on the grass, that is actually where the bank stood. Behind the bank was the brown building, which is what was portrayed in the movie.
Well, there's a big brown building right behind the bank with a Jeep and 2 guards and about 3 trucks. Hold it. There's a German officer walking around the bank towards the brown building.
Which is correct. Both of those buildings, the brown building and the bank, are no longer there. It was in very poor state and they were then destroyed during the filming. But we're outside the church and the bar area. The bar, like I've just explained, has lost the parapet. And this was actually the old school. And you can see up on the top there, you can see the square on the side of the gable end there, what had the decoration on for the film. The old school building is a very, very nice building. It's no longer used, it's in a poor state. I certainly would like to see that, you know, refurbished. That is a really nice building. Okay, walking over to the church. One thing we noticed yesterday is right up at the very top there, you can see just above the clock, you can see there's a little eyelet there where the rope came through from the bells. The bells now automated, so there's no ringing of the bells, but I mean that's where the rope actually came down, and you can see that that's still in place, which is quite cool. So this building here is the tourist information, which you do see this building in the film. And here we have the steps, and this is obviously where the bank was. So it's a real shame the bank is no longer standing, because in the movie it had a really nice wooden floor. So I was actually coming here hoping to see the wooden floor. So we have got the tourist information. The big brown building was basically where these trees are just here, which we'll walk up there just in a second. And then we've got this area just here where the car is, and the steps, which is the other building what was destroyed. So this is where the brown building was. Just where I'm stood now, somewhere here. They had the arched doorway at the back. They had the steps somewhere at the front here. This is just behind the tourist office. And as you can see, we've got the church tower behind. So this is where the brown building stood, just here. And I'm guessing somewhere behind here where the bushes are, is where Crap Game and the other soldier ran into the small toilets there, and when the building got blown up, the toilets blew over and they got covered in mess. So this is where the building would have stood. As you can see, it's no longer here. But the back of the building did have the arch where the German soldiers were running out to go down to the main square. That's where Kelly's men had the machine gun set up, shooting down this street just here. So we'll stand up there and we'll have a look at that. So the Sherman tanks were actually borrowed from the Yugoslavian army. They had a surplus supply of them. So they loaned the film crew the Sherman tanks. The Tiger tanks were actually Russian T-34 tanks dressed up to look like tigers. This is the street where the second Tiger got shot in the rear. And here you can see where the telegraph pole is here. That's where roughly the tree was. And then this doorway just to the side here where the barrel were actually catching the wall. Yeah, quite a narrow street, especially to get a tank down here. But yeah, this is the street.
Hold it! Fire!
Now there were two shots actually filmed on this street, and the other one is where Kelly's men were sneaking up towards the brown building, and they actually came in from the north of the village, and they came running across here and they passed the old man on the corner just here. So I'll show you that, and I'll try to get roughly the same camera angle as where they came in, which is roughly about here somewhere. So they came running in, and the old guy was actually coming around the corner with a barrow. And this is where they ran up to the wall there and snuck into the building. So literally about 20 steps off the main square, we have this little street just here, and this is where we saw Kelly, Oddball and Big Joe actually walk out onto the street just here. But yeah, they would have come out here. This is completely, I'm not saying completely new, but it's been rebuilt. And so we've got a lot of render on this side. So I'm not quite sure whether it was this door here or whether they actually used this one here. But this is where they stepped out to face the Tiger. Incidentally, the music to this section where the three of them actually lined up to walk towards the Tiger, they actually played tribute to the good, the bad and the ugly. And if you listen very carefully to the music, you will hear the spurs on the cowboy's boots. So listen to this. And if you're interested in the good, the bad and the ugly, please check out this video here, and we did a tour of that last year, which is very interesting. I think what's also important to point out is the filming set. They moved the centre of the town from the square to actually this grassy bit of land here, and you'll see in the movie that they actually put like a monument in the centre there. So it's interesting, the tanks were around the monument rather than the actual town centre. The cost of filming came to around about 4 million. The initial return on that was 5 million, or just over 5 million, and that didn't include overseas sales of videos, DVDs and so on. So it was filmed actually in 1969 and it was released in 1970, the film. Originally the film was going to be titled The Warriors, and then they changed it in the production stages to Kelly's Warriors, and then finally to Kelly's Heroes, which I'm quite sure you can agree that sounds much better. But anyway, that's it. So you've got a walk around of the fictional town of Clermont. Now, because I've used a lot of the original movie, I'm going to get penalised with copyright issues. So I'm going to earn absolutely nothing for this. So I've done this for basically just for you guys who's interested in Kelly's Heroes. So please help me, and in return help the channel. So please like, share and comment. Commenting especially, that's going to help me out more than anything. So thanks very much, and until next time, please check out the good, the bad and the ugly. And until next time, thanks for watching everybody.